All right, guys, we're going to go ahead and get this started so we can get everybody out of here on a nice day today. Tara gave us very specific instructions as coaches that we have a set time limit. That's it. So, Tara, when I got up here, I really expected to see that little red timer down here. Do you have a clock anywhere to keep everybody on track?
We have music like the Oscars.
All right, maybe a dog whistle in a minute. Give us a little note. So, anyway, guys, we want to go ahead and get started here. First of all, I need to thank my coaches because I couldn't have done this without you guys. With the travel that I have and things like that, I really appreciate your dedication to these kids, making sure that practices are run smoothly, that everybody's where they need to be. So thank you very much. Second of all, I need to thank the parents. Thank you so much for your dedication, not only to your Hornet, but to this entire team. It really makes a fun season when you have great parents like we did, so thank you so much. So I think at the beginning of the year, everybody's expectations are pretty high, right? Everybody wants to win a banner. Well, we fell a little bit short of that, to say the least. But one of the things that we did find out about this team very quickly is that they could play with anybody in our division. We went out and handed an undefeated team one of their 2 ties. We handled a second place team very easily. And as you can see, brought home some hardware from the MLHA Classic. So kudos to you guys. But I think the most memorable point of this season is we went to Notre Dame. We had the opportunity to play hockey at the University of Notre Dame. And these kids ate it up. So 10 to 20 years from now, I think when you guys think back about this team, probably the only thing that you're going to remember are the friends that you had and making that trip to Notre Dame. But I just want to let you guys know that trip was really about me. So thank you. But honestly, what I'm most proud of about you guys and about this team and these kids is that they all learned the characteristics of what it takes to be a good teammate. Most importantly, you guys all supported each other throughout the entire year. You were great in the locker room with each other, and I think you guys really had some great friendships throughout the year. That started at the beginning of the year for us. We went to Challenge by Choice, had a very nice team building event. These kids at that point in time had to learn that each individual action affects the team. And we carried that forward. And everybody at some point in time throughout this season showed leadership in one way or another. So as the season went on, there were a number of things that were really important, I think, to us, not necessarily from a hockey standpoint. And I think you'll agree with me that everyone in this room is very privileged to be playing this sport. We found out that very quickly that there are a lot of people out there that are not as privileged of us or as us. And I want to thank Kelly and Diane for setting this up. This team went to the Pittsburgh Food Bank after practice early on a Saturday morning. And in 3 hours, you look at these kids up here, they separated and boxed 10,000 pounds of frozen meat for people in need. So from that, being very, very good. And finally, before I get to the awards, I need to thank all of you guys, all of my players up here, all these kids. Thank you for your effort, your attention, and thank you for being such good kids to deal with all season long. It was great working with you. Thank you very much. All right, guys, so I have a couple of words here. We're not going to hand anything out up here just for the sake of time. But as far as the season went, hat trick award, Aiden McLaughlin. I'm going to tell you, we had 2 awesome goalies, 2 great goalies. They both got shutouts this year. Tommy Schubert and Zach Lott. So we have 3 awards: Best Defensive Player, Unsung Hero, and Players Player. Best Defensive Player as voted by your teammates, Zach Saleo. He's a great positional defenseman, and the one thing that I loved about him was he had no fear. He would take on kids bigger than him all the time in the corners. So great job, Zach. Our unsung hero, once again voted on by your players, Brian Brown. Graham was always lively in the locker room, yucking it up with his buddies. So halfway through the season, I look at my puck bag and I'm like, where'd all my pucks go? Graham comes up to me and says, Coach Tom, haven't you seen? I've been handing them out. I've been handing them out to the players after the game. Graham was always the one, when we had shutouts, Graham would grab that puck and remember to bring it into the goalie. So kudos to you, Graham. Great job. And our player's player is actually going to go to Tommy Schubert. So we would have one on the bench. And Tommy was always talking. Tommy was always talking to his teammates as they were coming off, pumping them up, and that's exactly what we needed. So thanks a lot, Tommy. I appreciate it. Once again, thank you to the parents, thank you to my coaches, and thank you guys. Great season.